Yo, what's up, my people? What's going on? Well, I just noticed something real quick, and just wanted to point it out real right. What I noticed, and I think this is a big deal. Ryobi is a big name brand. Everybody knows that. TTI owns Ryobi. TTI owns Milwaukee. Noticed is Hyper Tough. Hyper Tough is not as popular as Ryobi. But the interesting thing is, I bought this for a fraction of the cost that I bought this, even though it was on clearance. If you really want to look at it, I kind of technically bought this tool for probably less than $20, and I bought this tool for 40. If you really want to look at it, with the battery, probably less than that, less than 20. So I wanted to do a side by side comparisons because these two tools are a lot similar because I got this last month with the drill driver impact and a circular saw. Well, not a circular saw, participating saw. And two batteries, charger for $50. Okay. So I got to thinking, again, the drill driver, drill driver. The only big difference between these two drill drivers is that this one has a 2 gear box, this one doesn't. So the drill win, I will have to give the drill win to Ryobi. But when it comes to the impacts, this is the interesting thing. When it comes to the impacts, all right, now we're talking about impacts. There's a real interesting thing going on here. And this is a Walmart brand. By the way, the same people that make Hyper Tough make Flex, just to let you guys know. Both of them has rafter hooks. They good you can put on your belt, and tool brand including Ryobi should have one, which Ryobi doesn't have it. So even the drill has it, and I think that's an excellent touch. They both have quick inserts for the bits. These are all one fourth um, quarter-inch bits, which is what you're gonna typically need. They both are brushless. It doesn't say that this is compact, but I will venture to call this compact, even though it doesn't say it that it's compact. But I will put this on the category of compact because they're both similar. The Hyper Tough is a little bit, tiny bit but this a tiny bit, so I would still put it on the same category as compact. Now, here's the big thing that I see that's real interesting in this whole comparisons. The Hyper Tough has a feature that the Ryobi doesn't have. Okay, one big feature that Hyper Tough has in this comparisons is that Hyper Tough actually has modes. I don't know what's going on with this battery, with this drill. Okay, so this actually has modes. The way those modes, which is weird, but nevertheless, this one does have modes. So there's one mode, two mode, three mode. And I will say this. Hyper Tough actually has a hydraulic impact. I don't have that in this video, but I will say, I would dare to say, when it comes to the DIY lineup, as far as impact drills, I don't know about the drill though, because the drill, to me, this has a 2-gear box. This one doesn't. So I don't know about the drills, but let's go to the impacts real quick. The impacts, I am here to say, I'm going to dare to say, when it comes to the impacts, I'm going to dare to say that Hyper Tough might win. And when it comes to the heads itself, if you could see that on the camera, the Hyper Tough is smaller than the Ryobi, and they're not even advertising that this is compact. You see that? The head is smaller on the Hyper Tough, and this one has modes. This one doesn't have no modes. See? So I just wanted Hyper Tough has modes. And the Ryobi doesn't. Now, how to operate those modes is kind of weird, other than other impacts. But nevertheless, this one does have modes. And I don't know what it is. The Hyper Tough feels lighter on the hand. Now, just for, because I pointed it out, even the impact, even the drill driver with the battery on it feels lighter. But then again, the Ryobi has a 2-gear box and it has more modes. And the metal on the chuck, to me, in my opinion, looks better on the drill. So when it comes to their drills, I think I'm gonna give the compact drill over to Ryobi. Now, how they perform, we're gonna have to put that in the channel because we don't know. I don't know which one is better. All I know is that I've been personally dealing with Ryobi for years, even though I'm not a big fan of them. I had that brush line for years, and they just work. They work, but they're not gonna do. If you're in and out doing I'm just being honest. You're gonna have to step, but it's going to be an interesting because we're gonna see which drill driver is better and impact because we're gonna do comparisons. But I honestly think that every homeowner should have at least a drill driver impact. And impact is more relatable. To be honest with you, in my opinion, impacts are more useful when you're doing like mechanical work because you can actually use it in conjunction to like a impact wrench kind of a deal. Although an impact wrench would probably be better to use, but yeah. And another comparison that I want to do now that I think about it, and now that I do have them, is which is another related to hyper tough. These is the skill. Now the skill compared to the Ryobi, this is a 12 volt, so it's kind of like a little bit of a unfair comparisons, but nevertheless, it is still considered a comparisons. Just like the Ryobi, which one is better? Because this is skill. This is the cousin to hyper tough. And the interesting thing about these 12-volt lines is that you take this out and you could charge cell phone, stuff like that with. So that's a good feature to have. But other than that, that's about it. I'm closing this out because I am getting